If you are in the age group known as Generation X, you are now making some of the most important financial decisions of your life. We're talking about your house, your kids' education, and of course, your retirement. So Ted Jenkins from Oxygen Financial is back on Weekend Express with 5 money moves for those Gen Xers. And you know, it's important to note at different phases in our life, you need to focus on different things. In our 20s, we're focusing on saving for a home. These Gen Xers actually have a home. So you say the first thing is to focus on that.
Yeah, more and more Gen Xers want to have career flexibility. They want to get out of the job that they hate, and they want to get to a job that they really love. And to be able to do that, they've got to lighten their backpack financially, and that means getting the mortgage paid off so they can make that transition. In addition, this generation has refinanced once or twice, and so they may be carrying a mortgage into retirement. So I recommend looking at a 15-year mortgage so you can get that paid off by the time that you actually retire.
Let's talk about that. You want to retire, but you have to balance between saving for it and then paying for your kids' education, because many times you're stuck with 2 or 3 kids in school.
Well, kids are an expensive proposition.
I shouldn't say stuck. You're blessed to have 2 children getting an education, but
yeah, but you're not blessed with the higher cost of college education, right? It gets very, very expensive right now. Here's the fact you have to remember, that your kids can borrow for college, right? You cannot borrow for retirement. So if you're going to save $1, make sure you take care of yourself first and your kids second on this one, and be realistic about spending goals. Let them know if you can't afford a fancy vacation or technology. Just be cautious about how much you spend.
Well, and it's also something that we probably don't think about as we start to prepare and get older, is that you're taking care of your parents now. Gen Xers are caring for their elderly parents, and that's not only costly, but it's something that's sort of lifestyle driven.
Yeah, because people have taken jobs in different areas. Maybe you have a sister that lives in Los Angeles and a brother that lives in Chicago, and you live in Atlanta. Who's going to take care of mom and dad? Now they're getting into their 70s. You're going to start to see them slow down a little bit. Someone has to take the lead. And you might consider buying long-term care insurance if you want to preserve your estate.
And also, you have a trick to help people save money and manage their spending. Always a good tip. What would that be?
Well, I'm going to make sure viewers get this one. Save a third of every raise that you get. If you get a $15,000 raise, put a third for fun, a third for taxes, and a third, so it doesn't go to capital consumption, put it into your savings.
And I like this one because this is something that seems so simple, but no one ever thinks of. Just be healthy.
You got to take care of your health, Lynn. You know,
especially with the cost of any kind of medical expense.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to work maybe into your 60s or 70s, or you're a late stage bloomer, you're going to have kids when you're in your 40s, think about this. You've got to stay healthier. So spend the investment, eat right, go to the gym, and that cost of insurance might go up, so it'll help you in the long term.
That's right. Ted Jenkins from Oxygen Financial, always helpful and good to have you. Have a good rest of your weekend.